Another year of PSAC men's basketball is set to get underway, and with that is the release of the preseason coaches' polls for each division. Though the league has lost 4 of its top 5 scorers from last season, 6 first-team All-PSAC players return to lead their squads during the upcoming campaign. Let's take a look at how the coaches project the top finishers in the season ahead, starting with the PSAC East. CHEYNEY returns the PSAC's top scorer in senior guard Jacob Shab, who averaged 20.3 points per game and shot at an 80% free throw rate. The Wolves will rely on their 3 returners who gained league experience last season when they featured a relatively young squad. SHIPPENSBURG returns just 2 starters and lost the team's top scorer from last season in Will Royal. Key to the Raiders' success starts with sophomore Reggie Charles, who was 6th in the PSAC with a 4.3 assists per contest a year ago. The young group enters 2012-2013 with 13 players in either their freshman or sophomore campaign. MANSFIELD missed out on qualifying for the PSAC playoffs last season after clinching spots in each of the previous 3 years. Joe Bell, the reigning East Freshman of the Year, and Chuck Harper are among the top returnees. Bell canned 16.3 points per game and led the PSAC with the 57% mark from the field, while Harper enters his senior year after averaging 13 points per outing. Millersville hosts an experienced lineup comprised mainly of juniors and seniors. Heading the way are seniors Larry Grant and Elijah Obaid, who averaged 13.9 and 11.5 points per game respectively. Obaid also led Eastern Division players after hauling in nearly 10 rebounds each time out. In order to repeat its top seed out of the PSAC East, KUTZTOWN will have to replace top scorer Devin McBride, who ranks 2nd among league scorers. PSAC second-teamer Micah Fraction seems the most able candidate to lead the scoring production as the Golden Bears look to qualify for the league tournament for the 11th straight season. The 2011-2012 PSAC East Division Athlete of the Year, Dante Jordan, headlines a trio of BLOOMSBURG returning starters who have their sights set on greater heights in the upcoming campaign. Guards Lorenzo Christmas and Namde Njako were the other key contributors to a Husky program which ended a 9-year drought by qualifying for the PSAC playoffs last season. Westchester posted an impressive 10-game winning streak before ending the 2012 season with a loss in the PSAC championship game. To make it back into title contention, the Golden Rams will rely on PSAC first-team selection John Breeden, who averaged 12.9 points and 4.0 assists each outing, along with fellow guards Carl Johnson and Corey Blake. East Stroudsburg will be defending its PSAC championship crown and working towards gaining entry into the NCAA tournament for the 3rd time in 4 seasons. In order to fulfill the coach's prediction as the East's top team, the Warriors return to Dwayne Johnson, Wiz Grant, and Terrence King, all of whom helped support a unit which posted nearly 80 points per game last season. Over in the Western Division, Lock Haven returns 4 of its top 5 scorers from a year ago, all freshmen who gained valuable experience with a combined 93 starts. After posting 10 points per game and leading the team with 65 assists, guard Terrell Johnson will lead a bald Eagle squad that still features 11 players in their freshman or sophomore year. CLARION showcases 3 returning starters headed up by Calvin Edwards, a guard who netted over 13 points per contest a year ago. Edwards and backcourt mate Leonard Patterson transitioned the squad into 2012-2013 as they welcome in 8 transfers who hope to guide the Golden Eagles to surge up the PSAC standings. MERCYHURST has been the number 2 seed out of the Western Division in each of the last 2 seasons. However, it will be without several key contributors from a year ago. Another run towards the postseason will depend heavily on guard Luis Leao, a 2011 West first-team selection who has pumped in over 15 points per game for 2 straight seasons. Defense was the key component for California last year as it ranked 3rd in the PSAC in opposition scoring and held opponents to less than 60 points on 10 occasions. Lone returning starter Quentin Harding and 5 other returnees who combined to average over 32 points per game hope to duplicate that formula, which resulted in a PSAC playoff appearance in 2012. Edinboro expects to get a lift with the return of center Brian Terrio, the team's leading scorer and rebounder, who was forced to miss the final 9 games of the season with an injury. Isaiah Prince and Jay Fletcher will provide the outside presence, as both are coming off double-figure averages in the scoring department. There is a great deal of optimism surrounding a Gannon team that has its top 3 scorers back in the fold. Forward Darrell Blanton is coming off a season in which he averaged 17.1 points and 7.6 rebounds per game, both of which rank 6th in the PSAC. Another vital piece to the Golden Knights' goals lie in the play of West Freshman of the Year, Adam Blazek, who generated over 15 points per game while totaling 94 assists. Slippery Rock has earned PSAC tournament berths in 3 of the last 4 seasons and should be right in the championship mix again this year. 4 returning starters, headlined by West first team forward Devin Taylor, will join with several newcomers to make the Rock one of the most solid units when play begins in 2012. On a quest for its 4th straight Western Division crown, IUP will have to find a way to replace the production from West Athlete of the Year Ashton Smith and fellow first-team choice Julian Sanders. Ready to assume the leadership roles this season is forward Marcel Superbeal and guard Anthony Wells. Though neither averaged in double-digit scoring figures, the duo will head up a unit that has led the PSAC in scoring defense in each of the last 2 seasons. One more time, a quick rundown of the coaches' preseason polls. In the East, the Warriors of East Stroudsburg are overwhelming favorites, receiving 7 of 8 first-place votes. 2012 tournament runner-up Westchester comes in at the 2 spot, followed by last year's remaining playoff teams Bloomsburg and Kutztown. Millersville comes in at number 5 and Mansfield number 6, with SHIPPENSBURG and CHEYNEY rounding out the votes. In the West, IUP and Slippery Rock are the top 2, each receiving 3 first-place votes. With 1 first-place vote apiece, Gannon and Edinboro are slated to finish 3rd and 4th respectively. Hoping to surprise the field, California is ranked 5th, followed by MERCYHURST, CLARION, and Lock Haven. Looking at the preseason player selections, all 6 choices earned All-PSAC's accolades last year, including first-team members Dante Jordan, Dwayne Johnson, and John Breeden. The Western Division showcases 4 players who have earned first-team honors in their careers, including Blanton, Prince, and Blazek, who were selected on last year's team.